Hello Leo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the month of April. We are looking into an overall energy for the month of April. We'll take a peek into there. Please remember it is a general reading. It's not going to resonate for everyone, but it may resonate for you, right? And these are all predictions. So it may not resonate with you right away because these are all future predictions, right? So it couldn't resonate possibly with you right now unless you're going through some of these things already. But Leo, I'm here to do this reading so we can get some energy on the table for you for April of 2025. If you are brand new and you've never been here before, I do this reading once a month for all of the signs, usually at the end of the month. And I also do weekly readings for all the signs. So if you are my ride or die, you already know that. Thanks for showing up, Leo. I've been seeing you in the comments a little more, Leo. I'm kind of impressed. Thank you so much for being in the comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. All right, let's find out what's going on. Leo, this first deck, we're going to look at what is the overall energy for the month of April 2025. What's the overall energy for the month of April for Leo, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo. Oh, okay, well, we've got two cards. We've got partnerships and alliances, and we have destiny. I think I'm going to take them both because I don't like to give back the blessings. So we've got destiny. Look, there's going to be some changes. It's a month of changes, but really super positive changes. The partnerships and alliances card is the Three of Cups in the tarot. So there is going to be some celebration because there's destiny is showing up at your door and things are about to change. So you may not want things to change because, well, you're a fixed sign like me. I'm a Taurus. If you're a Leo sun and I'm a Taurus sun, then maybe you don't like change. Even if it shows up in your rising, sometimes in your moon, it's really difficult to accept changes that you have not orchestrated, right? When they just show up as changes, it can be a little difficult. But I think that these are really good changes. They're really positive because of the partnerships and alliances. Ooh, it could be material harvest, my friend. It could be a month of you getting some sort of windfall of some kind. Maybe it's something you earned, like a promotion, but maybe it's something else. This particular deck I'm going to use for something that's kind of out of your control for the month. You do not have control over this, and if you don't have control over it, then I should probably just give it to the universe. Let it go. Get it out of your mind. Tell me what is out of your control in the month of April for Leo. Okay, one card fell. We've got behind a mask. Very interesting. So look, I feel like there is somebody possibly in your life who is behind a mask. And yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. It's like you're trying to provoke this person to drop their mask and show you who they really are, but somebody here is hiding. It's their intention to hide from you. And I don't think it's for any terrible reason. I don't think it's for any reason of cheating you or lying to you. I just feel like this person, the mask is our ego. It feels like somebody who doesn't realize that they are in their ego all of the time. So maybe they puff their chest up and they tell you about all the money they made and the things that they own, and maybe it's that, and you've been trying to pull somebody out of this egoic sort of energy. But I feel like what you don't have control over is somebody is going to stay behind the mask. We do have taking steps. I feel like you're just going to move on with your life, honestly. We do have the pink dress, which is tells me that you're going to have some sort of downloads. This is the crown chakra, and you are ascending. It's like you wish somebody would drop their mask because you don't want to have to ascend without them, but I feel like you will. If you have to, you'll go without them. Let's talk about money for you. Tell me about finances for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Leo, finances for Leo. We've got immerse. So I really do feel that this is a month for you to really dig deep into your finances. And what I mean by that is, look, we all have these subscriptions that are floating around everywhere. Maybe you don't realize that you have this subscription. Oh, I was going to cancel that. It's like you really need to get immersed into your finances and figure out what's going on here. Really start to know exactly what's going on in your finances in order to get them in order. It feels like you're manifesting more, but if the finances are scattered right now, chances are the universe may not give it to you if you're not taking care of the finances that you have right now. Maybe you're making impulsive purchases. We do have impulse and we do have manifest. So maybe you've been making impulsive manifestations and it feels like you really need to immerse yourself in your finances to find out what's going on and going over the details here. This last deck is going to be for love, whether it's platonic or romantic, I don't know, but we will find out when we get some tarot on it. Let's find out what's going on in love for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter for the month of April 2025. Okay, here we go, all the glitters. All that glitters is gold. I feel like the mask is dropping, right? We have someone behind the mask. I feel like there is a mask dropping here, and I'm just saying that because the card number 16 is the Tower. And so it does feel like that the universe is going to force somebody to drop the mask. And I think that you're going to start to see that all that glitters is maybe not so gold. I don't know. I guess we'll see what the tarot says. Bottom of the deck, we have a new life. Very interesting. So maybe this person that you wished would drop the mask is going to drop the mask. Very neat. A new life. And you're taking steps to go to the new vibration. Okay, we'll see what all that glitters means. One more card, and we will get to the tarot. We'll get some details on all of this to find out what is going on in the month of April. Feels like something is going to work out better than you thought it would work out. That's what it feels like here. Because it took so long to arrive that I feel you had just stopped hoping or wishing for it. All right, we've got rest. Tell me why we've got rest. I'm just going to take one more. We've got fear. All that glitters. Well, that doesn't really make much sense to me right at this moment, but maybe it will once I get some tarot on it. It says, listen to your body, mentally and physically unwind. All that glitters. Maybe the tower's going to fall and so are the masks, and you're needing to have rest because you're going to be able to see something that is going to be like blinding, I'm going to say. Expecting the worst. Oh, I did say that, didn't I? That you were expecting the worst. You're expecting it not to work out, but I think it's going to work out. It's expecting the worst, afraid to fail, wasting time on negative thoughts. So maybe you've been worried that maybe that when the mask falls, maybe you don't want to see what's behind the mask, but I feel like the mask does fall, and I think you're expecting the worst, and maybe it doesn't work out that way. Maybe it's not the worst. Moving on, endings that bring healthy beginnings. Okay, let's find out. It keeps going back and forth and back and forth. Let's get some tarot on it and see what sort of information we can get. Tell me about this overall energy of destiny, partnerships, and alliances. That's kind of exciting here. Oh, and by the way, if you are interested in a private reading, please look in the pinned comment. You can click there to look at my pricing, or if you'd like to book a reading, private readings are open. Tell me about Leo, please. The overall energy for Leo is partnerships and alliances. We do have the Page of Wands. We have the Seven of Wands in the reverse. We have the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles. We have the Fool. Very interesting. And the Empress. What's going on here? We've got Queen of Pentacles in the future energy. So it feels like something that you have been asking for is about to show up, is what it feels like. And I am going to tell you, Leo, that when it does show up, you're going to have to be a little bit flexible. Now listen, the thing is this, is that whatever you think about, you bring about. So if you're thinking about someone that you absolutely hate and you keep telling the universe, don't bring me that, the universe, bring me that. That's it. So you're manifesting whatever is showing up here. And I feel like the universe is telling you here, you've got to be flexible when it does. For some of you, it could be a child that's showing up. I won't take that out of the equation, but we do have the page that is showing up here. If it is a child that you haven't seen in a while, I feel like you're supposed to be flexible with this person. I feel like you've been asking the universe for this person to show up, and I feel like they will show up, and it will be a happy occasion when they do arrive. But it also does feel like you're supposed to be flexible, because I feel like this person is maybe a grown child who acts like a child. It feels like the prefrontal cortex is not fully developed. This person is still taking risks and being risky in the way that they live their life, that they don't live their life the way you live their life, the way you live your life. Oh gosh, sorry. So I feel like This is going to be a whirlwind almost. If we're talking about a child that you're not usually in contact with because they're like doing van life and all over the place and doing this, that, and the other thing, moving from state to state, province to province, I feel like they end up in your city. It feels like you're supposed to be flexible when this person shows up, because I don't know that they've changed much. I feel like they're coming to ask for money. I'm just going to be serious. I feel like they're coming to ask you for money because they know that you could be the Empress, right? So Empress, whether you're feminine or masculine. If this is not a child, for those of you who are looking at this energy who don't have a child, I feel like there's some exciting news that is about to show up. Some exciting news, and you're supposed to be flexible about the exciting news because you don't like surprises. I don't know if I've met a Leo that really doesn't like to have everything planned out. I like to know what's going on, right? I'm talking about you, Leo. You like to know what's going on, and you don't really care to have surprises. But I feel like there's going to be some exciting, spontaneous things that are going to be showing up in the month of April that you need to remain flexible about. Now, these are all good things because the card of destiny does not show up when bad things are on the table, and it's right snuggled up right next to the Three of Cups, which is celebration, happiness, and being social, being with people. So I feel like this is something that you have manifested. For some of you, it is the job you've been waiting for. It's the upgrade. It's the money. It's whatever it is, I feel like you're being paid back from the universe because you've been silent or quiet, or you've been manifesting things by yourself without showing everybody, telling everybody. I feel like you need to be flexible when all of this stuff starts to come in, because it's probably going to come in a way where you're not expecting it, which is going to kind of have to make you be flexible, because you'll have to be changing, right? Changing things on a moment. I feel like there is a door opening here. This is a new, very lucky chapter of your life here. I feel like the Destiny card with the Three of Cups is incredible overall energy for the month. It feels like you are in this energy of this Empress. You know your worth. I feel like you have stepped into the Empress shoes, which means you don't really need anybody's help. You've become stable in your own life emotionally. You don't, emotionally, financially, individually. It feels like you're no longer looking for people to tell you you're doing good. You're no longer looking for external things to validate your happiness or your worth. I feel like because of that, because you've learned that lesson, it feels like all of a sudden this door opens and everything starts pouring in for you. All right, let's talk about what you don't have any control over. What's behind the mask? Tell us about that. What is going on here behind the mask? You do not have any control what's going on behind the mask of someone else. Tell me about this. We do have the Fool. We have the Queen of Cups. The Four of Cups is here with the Devil. And then we have the Knight of Cups, not the King, the Knight of Cups. And we have the Lover's energy. So, Leo, I feel like there is somebody here who's harboring feelings for you, but I feel as though they haven't said anything. This person is somebody who I feel likes comfort. They like to be in a comfort zone. So it feels like they're not open to change. They really don't like change. They like everything to be very planned, just like you, I guess. They like everything to be very planned, and they don't like things to show up unplanned, I would say. This is somebody that maybe you've already been involved with. I feel like it could be a mother for some of you. It could be someone who is a mother of your children, possibly, or a father of your children. But it feels like there is a new chapter here. And it feels like somebody has had an emotional, I would say, relationship that has gone by the wayside. If they were with somebody else, they're no longer with that person. I feel like this person shows up and they're still behind the mask as it pertains to how they feel about you. It does feel like this person is an attachment you can't get rid of. It feels like maybe you've been trying to get rid of this attachment and you can't get rid of it. I feel like this person might have an addiction, Leo, or they might be addicted to you. I feel like their comfort zone is this place of repetitive things. So whether they're doing something repetitive that's hurting them financially, spiritually, emotionally. It feels like this person they're in a cycle that's out of control that they can't get control over. I really do think that there's some genuine feelings here, and that this person is choosing to come forward because they might have romantic sort of feelings for you, but it does feel like there is a door opening here. A new chapter is opening. So it's like, for some of you, it's like, ding, here we go again. The person is showing up. And if they are, unfortunately, I have to tell you, I don't think if they are a person who was doing something obsessively that was hurting them, I feel like they're still in that comfort zone. I don't think that much has changed for them. We have the Three of Cups. I think you're happy to see them, but I don't necessarily think that you are ready to, to offer them a relationship or take their offer. It feels like this person won't wake up. Like, they won't go through their awakening. They prefer to be behind the mask. They're one of these people who says, well, I'm never going to change, so you just got to take me the way I am. And you're like, nope, then I won't take you. No, thank you. So it feels like somebody who's never willing to change, and they still haven't changed when they show up. Let's talk about financial things. Let's talk about you getting immersed in your finances. It feels like maybe your finances could be, maybe there's some things that are underlying that you don't see. And those things could be like, maybe you're paying a really astronomical interest rate for something you didn't realize. And maybe you want to remortgage the house, or to get a lower interest rate. Or it feels like something that you need to immerse yourself in and get the details about. Write it down on paper. We got a little book here, right? So I feel like you need to write it down and immerse yourself in it. Really start looking over where your money's going. What subscriptions do you have? Do you have too many subscriptions going on? Because it's like $5 here, $10 there, but it all adds up. We do have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it does feel like with the finances that they have been a bit confusing, and that everything's all over the place. And I mean that there's a subscription here, a subscription there. Just the other day, one came through my account, and I was like, oh, I thought I'd canceled that. Like, that's what it feels like. So the Seven of Cups is like a little bit of confusion. It might be something that, because this is kind of like can be the World Wide Web to me too as well. Somebody looking into something, and there's a whole lot of information coming at you all at once. Tell me more. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Emperor. Yeah, you're taking control of the situation. So it feels like you are taking control of the situation. It feels like also that the Knight of Cups is like, maybe you buy things for people that you really love. Maybe that's the hard thing for you. It's like you need to detach from that. You need to, when it comes to maybe your kids, or maybe it comes to people that you really enjoy having in your life, you are guilty of being an overgiver, Leo. And usually your love language is buying things. You like to give trinkets and gifts and things like that, or you like to get them. Maybe you're doing too much spending, and it's time to immerse yourself in some sort of, it says, I was saying here, impulse, right? That there's maybe some impulse buying going on here, possibly. And then we have manifestation. So it's time to manifest better finances. And I think that you will, because Temperance is here. Things come into balance or become even in a moment of alchemy. And I think the moment of alchemy is when you become the Emperor, responsible for every penny that goes in, every penny that comes out. So the Emperor is taking control of it. And I feel like the Seven and the One Cup in the hand of the Knight tells me it's taken you a long time to get here, because Knights are passively moving along. But the Eight Cups tells me it's time to detach from behaviors that are whittling down your finances little by little. It's all the little things, right? It's the $10 here and the $5 there and the subscriptions here and there. It's time to really go over it with a fine-tooth comb. And when you do, I feel like it ends up putting you in this place of the Nine of Pentacles, where you end up actually having way more than you thought you had. All right, let's talk about this love business. What's going on here? Tell me about Leo. Tell me what's going on here for Leo. Expecting the worst, being afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. Tell me why all that glitters is here. We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the Nine of Swords. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. We have the Star. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Queen of Cups. So fear is the Nine of Swords. I feel like there is fear that you will Yeah, it does feel like it is attached to this, unfortunately. It does feel like that to me. Because this particular knight here is drinking from their own cup. And so I feel like instead of waiting or offering it to you first, somebody here is drinking from their own cup. So I feel like the mask does fall. The mask does fall, and I think, unfortunately, what you realize is that something here is not going to turn out the way you wanted it to. That it's like your worst fears are coming true. I feel like this star energy here tells me that you have manifested this, but I feel like the person that's showing up in terms, if it's romantic love, is a breadcrumber, is what it feels like. I feel like you're a person of structure. You're a person of maybe spirituality. You're a person of emotional, energetic, empathic sorts of energy. And this other person, I feel, is somebody that shows up when they need something. That they show up and they're happy to see you, but when they bring the cup, you realize that they've already drank from it. It feels like this 9 of Swords tells me that you have fear that that this person was going to show up, and when all the glitters is not gold, when the mask finally falls off. We've got masks on here, and this is behind the mask, right? So it does feel like that there is somebody here who I feel used to be very structured. They used to be a structured person. There's somebody who I feel that you saw as the star, maybe someone who is a spiritual teacher, but I feel like this person has fallen to the wayside. It feels like this person is no longer... they're just showing up to take from you. They're not showing up to give to you. And they see like you're shining from a distance. So they see that you're doing well for yourself, that you are stable, that you're on a good path. And it feels like this person is showing up because they want you to save them. The Queen of Cups is here, right? And that's the one who's compassionate and kind and loving. And so I think that you're one of these people who is just that. But this person, I feel like, I'm just looking at this. She's taking the fish out of the pot, keeping it for herself. And this particular knight is drinking from the cup. It's like this person is actually quite selfish. And when when the mask does fall, I think your fears are I feel like what you're expecting the worst of, it actually shows up. It says, listen to your body mentally and physically unwind. It feels like you're not supposed to worry about it. You're not supposed to waste your time on these negative thoughts, but I feel like a tower is showing up. And the tower is that when the mask falls, nothing has changed. And I think I said that here already. Nothing has changed with this person. That's what it feels like, unfortunately. We do have the 10 of Swords. I think you're going to release them and take control of the situation. You're going to have to be tasked with making a decision about whether or not to give them attention, and I don't think that you will. No, look at this. You're keeping it to yourself. The 4 of Pentacles is here, and Death is coming up behind the 4 of Pentacles and saying this is over. Yeah. So I don't think you will give them much attention. Money looks good. I feel like your overall month is going to be incredibly good, but I feel like you're going to have to deal with a couple of things. And it feels like it's retrograde energy is what it feels like it is for you, Leo, that somebody is showing up that you just don't want to deal with. That's what it feels like. Money looks like it's going to straighten itself out for you as well. You're looking forward to this new life. You're moving on, my friend, after you release them. After you release what no longer serves you, I feel like you're going to leave it in the dust and you're going to move forward. Move forward to this happy energy for the month of April. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, Leo, for being here and watching. I do appreciate you so much. I'll be back because I'm always back. If you're back, so will I be. You guys take care. Bye-bye. Happy April.